Hi, boys and girls, it's Mrs. McNamara here. Today I'm going to read you the story, The Butterfly House. It is one of my favorite butterfly stories. And we're going to meet a girl who finds a painted lady butterfly larva in her backyard. And she raises it and watches it go through the life cycle. It is the same type of butterfly we are raising in our classroom. As I'm reading this today, I want you to think about the life cycle and how the butterfly changes through the story. The Butterfly House by Eve Bunting. When I was just a little girl, I saw a small black creature like a tiny worm and saved it from a greedy jay who wanted it for lunch. I carried it inside, safe on its wide green leaf. My grandpa said it was a larva and soon would be a butterfly. We laid the larva carefully on the thistle leaves. Inside an empty jar, put in a twig for it to climb, then made a lid of soft white paper, all stuck around with glue. My grandpa knew exactly what to do. I raised a butterfly myself, he said, when I was just your age. How strange to think my grandpa once was young like me. We would have been best friends if I'd been there back then, I said. My grandpa smiled. It worked out anyhow. We're best friends now. Up in his room, we found a box. I cut a window in its side, then covered it with screen. Soon I could look inside and see my larva looking back at me. What would she see? A human face, so big and scary, strange and starry? What would she think? I want it pretty till she goes, I said, and so Grandpa and I drew flowers on colored paper, cone flowers, purple, blue, and marigolds, bright as flame, and thistle too. We wedged a garden twig inside the box for her to walk on, so her wings could dry once she became a butterfly. My grandpa knows the flowers butterflies like best, the ones where they can rest and drink the sweet, clear nectar. We glued the painted flowers inside the box so it was bright with color, made a sky above, the lid all blue with small white cotton clouds, and green with tops of trees that seemed to sway in soundless air. I made a curve of a rainbow like a hug to keep her safe while she was there. We set the jar inside and closed the painted lid. Through the screen window, I could see the garden house, a place of flowers and space and waiting stillness. Each day I put out leaves for food and watched my larva change. It's growing, just like our larvas are in the classroom. My grandpa knew when it was time to gently pull away the paper top she hung from. I taped it to the wall inside her house and let her be. She wouldn't hang free inside the chrysalis that kept her hidden from the world. 1 second, boys and girls. Lights are back on. So now the chrysalis, will be our next step. Inside that magic place she grew, transformed herself, came out, drooped, limp and slack with crimpled wings. She was a butterfly, all spotted orange, black, and brown, as if someone had shaken paint and let the drops fall down. Our painted lady, Grandpa said, it's time. He meant that it was time for her to leave, for her new life. I swallowed tears. From the beginning, I had known today would come. Now it was here. My grandpa took my hand. Cry if you'd like, he said. We understand. We carried out the box and raised the lid. I watched her falter as she felt the first warm touch of sun, saw trees, felt breezes brush across her wings. She rose, then rested on the fig tree branch. I saw her fly. Goodbye. So many years have passed. I am as old as Grandpa was that spring when I was young. I live in the house that once was his. This is the little girl, all grown up, living in the same house. The garden glows with coneflowers, purple, blue, and marigolds, bright as flames and thistle too. Now every spring the painted ladies come. They float and drift like blossoms. When I walk, they flutter by to kiss me with a painted wing. Sometimes they cling as though I am a flower myself. My neighbors cannot understand. Our flowers are the same as yours, they each say, each time they visit me. We even planted thistles to invite the butterflies, but they don't come. They fill your air like autumn leaves, although it isn't fall. It's such a mystery. I smile. It's not a mystery at all. The neighbors can't seem to get the painted lady butterflies to come to their garden. I think my painted ladies talk amongst themselves of how their great-great-grandma, too far back to say, was saved from being eaten by a jay. This young girl made a house for her. They whisper as they fly, a painted garden in a box. So she'd see beauty as she hung in that half-sleep that we've all known. This is the girl, but older now. We visit her each spring to give her back the love she gave us so long ago. It's not a mystery to me. I think I know. The end. So, boys and girls, the butterflies remembered and came back to visit her each year to thank her for saving their great-great-great-great-grandma very long ago. I hope you like the story, and can't wait to see what happens with our painted lady butterflies. Keep a look on our Google Classroom. You're going to see pictures of them going through their changes in the life cycle. Have a nice day.